There are a lot of ways to run ERP projects, but today, Agile has become the standard for Business Central implementations. It's faster, it surfaces issues earlier, and it keeps your business users engaged throughout the process. Waterfall still has its place, usually in very mature, compliance-heavy environments where processes are locked down and can't change. But for most companies, Agile, or sometimes a hybrid approach, is the way to go. And as the client, you need to understand what Agile means for your team, because your involvement is what makes or breaks the project. At its core, Agile is a way of running projects in small, testable chunks instead of delivering everything all at once at the end. Each cycle, called a sprint, produces usable progress that can be reviewed, tested, and adjusted before moving forward. That's why Agile reduces surprises. Instead of waiting months to see results, you see progress every couple of weeks. If a requirement wasn't defined clearly, it will surface in a sprint review, not at go live. And because you're validating continuously, confidence builds long before the system is live. That's the real strength of Agile. Constant feedback, constant adjustment, and fewer last-minute shocks. Agile also changes what's expected from your business. Your team will be far more involved than in a waterfall project. SMEs will join sprint workshops and test functionality as it's delivered. Super users will validate whether processes make sense in daily work. The product owner will make trade-off calls when new requirements are discovered, deciding what's in phase 1 and what can wait for phase 2. You'll also need a project manager to keep sprints organized and an executive sponsor to clear roadblocks and maintain leadership support. This level of engagement takes time. It means pulling some of your best people away from their day jobs, at least part-time, to contribute to the project. In smaller organizations, one person may wear more than one hat, and that's fine as long as it's clear who owns what. We'll go deeper into how to assign and balance these roles in episode 6 when we focus on personnel decisions. One of the most common questions is, what happens if we discover something new after a sprint has already closed? In Agile, new requirements don't derail the project. They go into the backlog. From there, the product owner, together with the project team, decides, is this a must-have for phase 1 or can it move to phase 2? If it's critical, they'll check whether it can replace a lower priority item. If it adds significant scope or can't be swapped, it becomes a change request. A change request doesn't disappear into a void. It's logged, estimated, and reviewed by the product owner and executive sponsor. If approved, the scope, budget, or timeline are updated and the item is prioritized into a future sprint. If not, it either moves to phase 2 or is closed out. The point is that nothing is left ambiguous. Every request is tracked and resolved. The best way to keep Agile on track is with a simple sprint tracker. You don't need complex software. Any straightforward tool will work. Teams often use Excel, Microsoft Planner, Trello, or Jira, depending on what they're comfortable with. In Agile, there are 3 layers of tracking that work together. The product backlog is the master list of requirements, prioritized by business value. The sprint backlog is the set of items the team commits to deliver in the current sprint, with detail about ownership and acceptance criteria. And the sprint tracker rolls everything up, showing what's planned, what's in progress, and what's complete across all sprints. Together, these give you the visibility from the big picture down to the daily details. We've included a sample template you can download and adapt for your own team. The goal is visibility, making sure everyone knows what's being worked on and what's done and what's still open. So, Agile gives you faster feedback, fewer surprises, and greater trust in the system before go live. But it also demands more from your business: the right roles, active involvement, and tools to keep progress visible. The groundwork here is making sure you understand those expectations and plan for them early. In the next episode, we'll focus on how to gather requirements the right way and how to avoid the trap of designing solutions too early.